Hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as Screen Speak, and in today's video, this is my official review for the stupidly limited 8-episode series Wonder Man from Marvel Studios. So without further ado, let's discuss. Alright guys, so as I said, this is a 8-episode limited series from Marvel Studios, released all at once. I have conflicting thoughts. So, right off the bat, I enjoy this show overall. I really don't like that they did all at once. And what really made me realize that, why did they do this? Is before every episode, and when you start watching the show, it comes up Marvel Studios present, or it says Marvel Television, right? Because it's a Marvel TV show. They've been doing that. I think it's when Echo came out. Well, or when Agatha came out, they started making like the Marvel Television. Like instead of like Marvel Studios, it says Marvel Television. So that's when they started doing it when Agatha came out. That was a couple years ago. And then last January, Echo came out. And if you remember, Werewolf by Night and the Guardians Holiday Special were both special presentations. 2 special presentations, like 45-minute. They're not a TV show. They're not a movie. But then we get something like Echo or Ironheart. Ironheart was released 3 episodes one week, and then the last 3 episodes another week. Ironheart was a mixed bag. And I like Wonder Man more than Ironheart, but for the stupidity, literally, if you released all 8 episodes weekly, that's up when we're getting Daredevil Born Again, Season 2. Like, we could have done 2 episodes premiere of Wonder Man, and then every week up until Daredevil. That would have been great, up until you see when you start watching the Wonder Man episodes, and it says Marvel Spotlight, just like the Echo show. Excuse me, just like the Echo show. And this show is far better than Echo because of the little meta stuff that they do. This is like the show, one of my favorite shows now, The Studio. The meta-ness of the Hollywood world, the actors world, how, acting in Hollywood and, the studio itself, hence the name of that show, The Studio. But with this character Wonder Man and the superhero, they don't dive as deep into this superhero fatigue, but they go into acting and this role of Wonder Man and the story. It kind of reminds me of a better version of what Ironheart was trying to be, like this family story, but, with Trevor Slattery, who used to be the Mandarin, but he's an actor. So I like that relationship, bringing Trevor Slattery in there. And the director, the creator of the show, Destin Daniel Cretton, who did Shang-Chi, is part of this, is involved with this. And he's doing the new Spider-Man Brand New Day movie later this year in July, which I'm very excited about. Kind of like a reason why I like this show a lot, the use of creativity with that, with his style in this show. And, from using the Mandarin, taking another element of the Mandarin, who the Mandarin was in Shang-Chi, which is very cool use of creative visionary behind it all. And I liked all that. It just harkens back to my frustration of Marvel had no care about this show, releasing it all at once. And I didn't realize it was a spotlight, definitely under the old regime. And I don't understand what the two stupid reasons here. What the freaking difference between spotlight and special presentation is, because they don't mean jack anything. They don't mean jack crap, okay? It's just a Marvel show or a movie. Like, the special presentations, I understand because there's 2 of them. But the spotlights are garbage. They don't mean anything. I'm not saying Wonder Man is garbage. I am saying that the spotlights mean nothing. They mean nothing. They're just either shows or they're movies. They don't... Or a special presentation, but don't call it a spotlight because you released it all at once, and you didn't have to. You could have just made it weekly until Daredevil. Oh, and you know why Daredevil is all weekly? Or I don't even know if the Vision show, by the way, this is a big old tangent now, but why Vision Quest, the show that might release in the fall or something, is, I hope, weekly, except I don't know if it will be, but Daredevil or Vision, because people care about those, right? People care about those. Wonder Man is like, who's Wonder Man? Who's Ironheart? Who's Echo? Nobody cares, so they just kind of like went, throw them all away. Anyway, with that little rant out of the way, I enjoyed this show. As I said, with the meta-ness. Now, I think there's a lot of people, because this show got like a 93% critically on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know the audience score as of now, but I just like seeing this world, seeing this actor, or say actor, Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Apparently, he's in anything with the man, with the word man at the end. Aquaman, Candyman, Watchmen, Wonder Man. What's next, Yahya? What's next? Yahya Abdul-Mateen, Trevor Slattery, Ben Kingsley is Trevor Slattery, and the guy that plays Von Kovac, who's in Superman. Perfect. I love him. The guy that Hot Girl dropped, the governor or whatever of the one country, Bolivia, what is it called? Bolivia? I don't know. But I liked all of them. And I like the little person, the guy from the Goonies they got, Joey Pants and all this sort of stuff. It's really cool. Like I said, I'm a fan of the studio, and I'm a fan that Marvel tried to do this. They're very ambitious. Now, I will say that releasing it in January, I don't know if there's another thing like in January they didn't want to release it weekly, but I think WandaVision came out in January, so that doesn't even matter at all. And other shows released in January too, like Fallout is releasing weekly. Well, it's almost over. Night of the Seven Kingdoms is releasing weekly in January, so that's a bunch of bull crap. So, anyway, I enjoyed what they did here. But as a fan, like literally yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the day of Wonder Man, a couple of days ago, we got the trailer for the second season of Daredevil Born Again, which again, that's on March 24th, super soon. We could have released all these episodes up until then, and I'm super excited for that. I just feel like Wonder Man, especially by the end of this show, when he makes his movie finally, I say these things are going to be spoiler review. I don't try to like give a lot of spoilers, but by the end, like, I did like the person that played his mom, Wonder Man's mom, because it was very great. Like the backstory and the family is all great, but by the end of it, I'll give another nitpick I have on this on the whole aspect of this show, but where by the end I didn't need like a full on superhero fight, but this whole show is exploring his powers and Trevor Slattery working with damage control, and then the struggle of that, like him and Wonder Man Yahya, played by Yahya, not the actual fictional Wonder Man character. I'm excluding the fictional Wonder Man out of it. So when I say Wonder Man, I'm talking about Yahya's character. But whatever his name is, Simon Williams. So that whole struggle with him Trevor working at damage control, and then because Simon Williams is a threat and he has these powers, we get glimpses of his powers, and like again, the show, I enjoyed it, all of it as it was, but I feel like for people who want to go into a show, like, okay, I'm trying to compare this to, say, WandaVision, right? It had the mix of the sitcoms, this mystery vibe, what's going to happen, and then the last episode was a big fight, right? Now, I will say this because I think that people should, like, if a lot of people like myself watch different types of media genres, and this is a superhero show, like, this is a superhero universe. Not that we need a fight and everything, but like, one of my complaints is that we didn't get one of the things that I heard. We're getting the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper was an Easter egg in WandaVision. There was a Grim Reaper Easter egg in WandaVision. Grim Reaper is a villain of Wonder Man. Cool. I looked it up. It said, yep, played by Eric Williams, or the character Eric Williams will get in the moniker of Grim Reaper. And there was like this image of him. I didn't know if it was from some other show or his image in the show in the Wonder Man show. Oh yeah, the character Eric Williams is the brother. But guess what? I am 100% certain that they cut that character from the show. They cut the villain Grim Reaper because it didn't fit with the vibe of what they're going for by the end of it. And I'm sure that they had more stuff and they just cut it. They probably went, yep, this is good enough, and they released the show. the way the show ended made me go, cool. I 100% expect them that's where they wanted to set up a season 2, kind of like Ironheart, and it makes me really disappointed because I'm not disappointed with the show. I think the show served its purpose. I think it had a happy ending with 2 points. A, the Wonder Man movie got made, so he achieved his goal, and Simon Williams busted Trevor out of jail. Again, I haven't told you all how everything happens. A little bit of spoiler, but go watch it for yourself. So, I enjoyed everything that happened in the show. I just think, again, I didn't need a big full-on superhero fight, but, with these powers and everything, it wasn't explored to its potential. In WandaVision, the show was perfect. This series is 8 episodes, and I don't mind the runtimes of each of them, but, episode 7 shows, look, the big power blast, boom! And we had, a certain type of payoff in the finale, like I said. Movie got made, and Trevor's busted out of prison, from damage control. Wonder Man takes him out, and then they fly off. Almost kind of like the Matrix. Let me be real here. It's almost kind of like the Matrix fly off at the end. But I'm sitting here going, was there a threat to the show? Was the threat damage control, and where it really wasn't? Because at the end of the day, Simon and Trevor still got a happy ending, I guess. Number 2, the threat was not the Grim Reaper, like I had heard multiple times. And his brother, was the threat just the studio? Because Kathy was supposed to be a threat? I don't know. And again, it's not like we needed a big bad guy, but when I heard Grim Reaper was supposed to be in here, and then he's not, that's really disappointing. So there's just elements there that make me go, again, as a superhero comic book fan, I go, let's go, and then I'm like, oh, you didn't do that. Now, I do want to give a brief thought out there, that for the new Spider-Man movie, there's a lot of thought, like Scorpion, if they, Scorpion's supposed to be in the next Spider-Man movie, and then if they don't have Scorpion, well, that'll be a dumb thing to do. But that's not happening. I think it's just because of this show, under the old regime, being in here, being released all at once, and they went, you know what, that doesn't really fit for the vibe. Grim Reaper doesn't really fit with the vibe. I understand, but then why make an article about it? Why even tell people? And I've Googled it multiple times. Yep, Grim Reaper played by the character Eric Williams in there. I'm like, okay, that Now, you shouldn't trust everything you read on the internet, but I really get turned off by articles saying, yep. And I'm like, what do you mean, yes? Because I watched the whole freaking series and he's not in there. So, really annoyed by that. Really enjoyed what they gave us, though. And I don't think that Wonder Man or Ironheart will be used in the future of the cinematic universe, or Echo for that matter. Those shows are just done. I do want to see She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and Ms. Marvel, though, continue in the MCU. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know these TV show characters. Who's going to continue in the MCU? Who's not going to continue? Did you enjoy Wonder Man? Did you not enjoy Wonder Man? But this is the first Marvel project of the 2026 year. I'm looking forward to the rest of the MCU this year, especially Doomsday. Can't wait for that. And can't wait for the rest of movies this year, especially Doomsday. So let me know what you thought of this. I'll give it a solid, I'm trying to decide between 6 or 7, not because they're the best numbers in the world, but just because I'm going to give it a 6 point, you know what, 6.7, I'll give it that. I'm going to give it that, because I want to say a 7 out of 10. I'll give it a solid 7, because I'm that generous. It's not the best, when I say 7, I think that might have been how, my rating of She-Hulk, honestly. It's kind of, it's right on the ball of She-Hulk, my enjoyment of She-Hulk, because I enjoyed the meta, the writing, the cleverness, so, but I still enjoy She-Hulk, so they're about the same rating, so that's my rating of it. I give it a an A- for the things I knock off, but that's my rating. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and catch you guys here on the next review of 2026. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me, keep calm, watch the screen. Peace out, everyone. Bye-bye.